afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast from me, your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, the only sanctioned source of companies to entertainment. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on glorious Kholodny Ferma. In the east, it is PFC, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, taking on the role here of the 1st Armored Division with airborne, infantry, and heavy cavalry. Triple infantry bulletins west and west, it is Asiamint, fighting for the German army. Deutschland, rolling out here with elite Panzerlehr Panzerdivision with the Luftwaffe ground forces. Grand offensive and elite armoured with medical supply, infrared half-track bulletins specifically, and supply half-track bulletins as well. We got a double full-screen build here for Asiamint with double rifle in there for PFC. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. That will make me oh so delightfully happy. And YouTube, of course. And also a big thanks to Morton for donating and supporting the My Propagandacast. Well, not donating, but actually pledging on Patreon and supporting me with his money. So big thanks to you there, Morton. You're a hero to me, for sure. And you too can become just as heroic and manly as him by pledging on Patreon yourself, even donating. Links are in the video description. We got there a bit of movement here in the northwest, in the southeast as well. Basically standard opening moves here from both sides. So of course, Asiamint, he has to secure this area, since obviously the opponent rushes in and then digs in there. It can be very difficult for any player in the west to deal with this area. That seems like here, Asiamint is perhaps a bit indecisive where he wants the Bart Wire to go. He wants to do that. In fact, he sends the Sturm Pioneers onwards for some aggressive early plays here versus PFC. An interesting shift in priorities there from Asiamint. Third rifle's gone away there for PFC. And there goes shots being fired here. Sturm Pioneers from the north, catching here PFC in a slightly prickly predicament, as suddenly he's finding himself faced with 2 German units close to his carve point, and his falls are not nearby. Of course, he can quickly respond, but then his rifleman taking damage here. Asiamint there backs off quickly, decides not to pursue here, probably expecting more riflemen nearby. A good tactical sense there. Backing off here as now PFC turn the tables and Asiamint. His force a bit more scattered now. We got the third fox squad out there. The second one that is far preoccupied up in the north here. And the Sturm has been being focused down there, getting a bit of cover there with only light cover. There's limits to how much damage they can avoid there from 2 rifle squads at that range, since they do not exchange firepower particularly well at that range themselves. Folks coming up, trying to close to get hits on the riflemen. They're now focusing on the Volksgrenadiers as they expose themselves there to get closer to the riflemen. Bit awkward here for Asiamint overall. We got the 3rd rifle squad moving in there. I think Asiamint's attempt here to disrupt and catch PFC off guard there may have slightly not gone according to plan, to put it very generously. And now you can see that PFC pushes onwards. So we got another full squad here for Asiamint. More German infantry to face off against the American attacker, as the folks in the center are forced to give ground here to PFC and democracy. That rhymes, actually. Folks sitting out there from the north here for Asiamint. Going to move to try and defend the carve point against any immediate American incursions. Other full squad move out in the south. They're close, and there you go. Engagement here. Riflemen should be able to get close, at which point they should beat the full squad is quite decent, in particular with the 2nd rifle squad moving in there. The engagement is decidedly turning against the Volksgrenadiers. Other troops they are sitting out from the base. We've got medical supplies up there. Truck on the way there for Asiamint, but his start is certainly going a bit south here, as PFC is delivering a hell of a blow there. In the south, the Volksgrenadier force there for the German army. Deutschland. Volksgrenadiers sending out their K9TKs, tight clenched in their hands, ready to pump any unsuspecting American full of lead, and even the ones that do suspect it may also find themselves with a few extra superfluous breathing holes. Truck moving about, there will it be mechanized, will it be a battle group headquarters here for Asiamint? Time will tell. Meanwhile, going back to carve point here, PFC decides not to push his luck there too much. Lieutenant out here for PFC, and we got the first doctrine. It is in fact infantry with rifle defensive structures, mortar half tracks, light machine guns, time and target artillery barrages, and the priest. Self-propelled howitzer in the south. Looks like to put back the rifleman. Reason's also in trouble. Looks like Asiamint might be up to a southern frontier against PFC, which is going to be difficult for him to deal with immediately, depending on how things go. And particularly since most of his force actually currently depleted, so he's going to actually spend some time there reorganizing his forces and getting into shape, which can actually allow Asiamint to push ahead pretty aggressively. Though we do have a mine here. Good spot there. That's going to slow down any immediate offensive here from Asiamint a bit. And he has minesweepers, which particularly does not. So there you go. Rifle squad routed. Could hit the mine anytime soon. You know, Jürgen, I feel incredibly safe in position. Yeah, I feel like nothing bad could happen to us as long as we stay here. Or maybe slightly shift to the side. Going here for the carve point again. Asiamint leading up the pressure here on PFC. And again, PFC has most of his forces forced to reinforce at the moment. So there you go. He is not going to be able to respond to this. Is going to be a significant lead here, I think, for Asiamint over PFC for at least brief while. We've got the M20 out for PFC. I think a harsh indictment here of how aggressive Asiamint's push against PFC has been. They're actually considering the M20 here to try and push back Asiamint. Monsters being down here in the nice shade of the trees there. Very nice there. Very nice. Something about here also in case of mines, we might actually be able to, the mines can even detect it, blend into the shadows. There's a bit of a sneaky one to that one as well there by Asiamint, bit of a sneaky one. Almost got the southern fuel point, Samix being dug in. How will PFC react to this? I mean, this is a pretty bold play again here from Asiamint, and so far it is working out beautifully. M20 almost down there for PFC. Asiamint there just grabbing as much as he can meanwhile. And it is in fact a mechanized regiment. You might in fact see a fast looks here versus PFC, in particular with the M20 out. There's nothing that really discourages Asiamint from going for a looks here. I mean, in theory he could hit like an M20 anti-tank mine. The question is, of course, will PFC be laying those down in the hopes you can catch the looks with it. Oh, we got the forces German party holding up by the car pump. Americans advancing in great numbers. Them turning out. Oh! Narrowly avoids the mine there. Narrowly avoids it. Would have certainly slowed down PFC's counterattack if it hit it. Looks is in fact on the way there for Asiamint and the Panzer to be shown. As PFC in the first armament continues their glorious advance in the name of democracy. Rolling about in there, armored skirts up. Folks are ready for the Sturmgewehrs, which of course also signals to PFC that his opponent does in fact have access to Panzerfaust. Like in the small chance there wasn't, you know, that of course been great for PFC, but obviously Asiamint has them ready. Going back to south here, but still this is a significant lead for Asiamint just in terms of resources, and it's going to be difficult for PFC to immediately push back from. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Also gaining a decent victory point lead here, so for PFC as well. Because it looks almost done. That's going to be a real chance for PFC. Troops in northwards, flanking on the right of Fortune here. Rearson basically drawing fire. And then as soon as the Fortune trying to deal with the riflemen, the Rearson then closes into the getting some extra damage. There you go, Fortune collapse there. In the center, the skirmish continues. Probably should just disengage with the M20. I mean, sure, he's tying down the Fortune it is, but I feel like the M20 could be doing a lot more damage elsewhere. Albert Lux is now out here for Asiamint and the German army. You're back here, reinforcement healing. How will PFC react to this German armored threat to him and his American dominion? Second doctrine chosen is Luftwaffe ground force with the heavy fortifications, smoke cons, and there you go, just charge your headed with bazookas. Yup, they're on the way, but not quite on time. Fallschirmjägers, bandit assault, and then he hits the mine. He hits the mine as he tries to hide in the shade, in the shadows. He found nothing but explosives. That turned out to work out pretty well there for Asiamint with that mine then. That turned out to work out surprisingly well. Folks with rifle and resistance up north here, fighting out there by the Nations Point. Meanwhile, there it looks continue to be pursued. At least something got the bazooka, but there you go, folks coming in. But we got even more troops in the to be able to focus down the folks. Going to see if they also got a fighting squad dropping here, I think, by the southern victory point-ish. Oh, they're dropping, in fact, right further a bit below there. Interesting and bold airdrop there from Asiamint here versus PFC. PFC going for 50 calibers. He's still rather short on the anti-tank department and needs to do something about that. North here, munitions point has been claimed by the Americans, denied the German High Command. Back here, 50 cal ready there for PFC as for Asiamint space. Nothing further going on there. Sturmpanzer going to take for the carve point. And the Fallschirmjägers have also managed to seize here the fuel pump. We've got a Stuart Light angle there for PFC, deciding he's something a bit bigger now to deal with the looks. Probably not a bad idea, of course, also have to put pressure on the infantry. And there you go, the Fulton silences off the mine, the cover shatters, the cart is all over the place. Get ready, guys. We're losing a capture 50 cab moving up, the Sturmpanzer and heavy coach can be difficult for the 50 cab to dig out. Troops sitting out. Let's do a light tank. Almost ready here for PFC, but still he's in a challenging position up. But he can begin going for light machine guns and infantry, maybe add some extra firepower versus Asiamint's troops. I mean, a few brown light machine guns could certainly, I think, go a long way here to beating some of these folks. I mean, he does have a lot. Bazooka Lieutenant there. Pushes back there the looks with a few well-placed hits. German puts off the car pumps. They got the Fallschirmjägers hunting here by the fuel point, ready to ambush any unsuspecting Americans. 50 cal sitting out, Stuart being out there as well. Will Asiamint go for Puma? Will he try and take out? I mean, he's got plenty of options. Again, one option would be the Puma, but I mean, trying to take out from a medium arm wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. And there you go, 50 cal wiped by the Fallschirmjägers. A sneaky ambush there by Asiamint that had a rather uncomfortable development here for PFC. Stood here going for the Fallschirmjägers, but that Panzerfaust, of course, they are rather helpless against the Stuart light tank. Got the Puma on the way there for Asiamint, so he doesn't try to take up. He does go for the Puma in response to the Stuart light tank. He decides not to risk it. Get the other quickly by the Rav squad. Very good attempting up here as well. Hey, fun here with the southern point between PFC and Asiamint, and we got a 500 versus 1536 victory point lead here. PFC really needs to something of those victory points soon, otherwise this could get very, very uncomfortable. Fast makers find the cover crumbling under heavy and intense fire here from PFC and the American Army. Falls in the bit of top as well. He still charges in there. Back up the Lieutenant here. Good hit there, taking heavy casualties. Next, he's going to have to retreat now. Stuart took a hit from the bazooka. And there we go. Could see, in fact, good chance to wipe here on the Falcons and certainly help out PFC a bit. And we got smoke bombs called in. Alright, here around here. The cover. There goes. Puma moves in here. But the smoke actually obscures the Stuart light tank from the Puma. Wrapping up, they could have an anti-tank hit off an anti-tank rough grenade on the Puma. Instead goes for the looks. Need to retreat the troops here though. Puma continues to move about here. The Rav squad and then smoke could have an anti-tank rough grenade on that one. Stuart, oh, got quick engine fix there. Puma goes for it. Anti-tank rough grenade goes off on the Puma. Lieutenant moving up with his bazooka. 50 cal though, being blasted by the looks. But there you go. Lieutenant with his bazooka could here see Asiamint getting punished for a rather overreaching Puma push. Or less than half of Stuart moving in as well. There goes, going to use the stun rounds as well here. There we go. Vision block damaged. Puma cutting. There goes Stuart. Finish off the Puma here. And nice save by PFC. He's still in a lot of trouble being able to get rid of that Puma without losing much, if anything, to it. Is a significant step up here for PFC and the 1st Armoured Division, and does leave Asiamint here a bit exposed, as now he has no way dealing with the Stuart efficiently without, going for more stuff, and he's taking up now. Perhaps realizing he continues to go for Puma, he could very well sell himself short in a longer match. Still, a lot of work to do for PFC, but getting rid of the Puma like that does give him some significant breathing room to, stabilize the match and turn around, though. He needs to do it fast because he is still bleeding out victory points rapidly. Also needs to fix up the Stuart light tank, which is in fact really, really close to 52. Captain on the way there. PFC knows he cannot push Ram anytime soon. He's going to have to go for support weapons, anti-tank guns. Captain, of course, would also just be a helpful extra unit. And there might even be pack houses to help provide artillery support there against Asiamint. Oh, wait, an intense fight so far. Truck races up for the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier on the carve point. Still light tank once more good to go. We got 500 and 264. Fortunately, they've been suppressed by the 5th column. There goes Stuart light tank moving in. Asiamint's infantry there being blasted by the Stuart light tank. 8 kills there, very, very close to Veteran 2. Which gives us, by the way, a bit of rate of fire and accuracy over increasing its lethality against infantry. In the south here, we've got Frenchmen with the rifle squad, but the Frenchmen themselves are deeply exposed, flanked here, and there you go, forced to retreat and ambush. That didn't quite work out as well there for Asiamint as it could have. At least they didn't get wiped, I suppose you could sort of say that. Just reinforcing healing, there you go, Captain ready, and we got the anti-tank guns very much expected here from PFC to help deal with the looks, but also in the armor because Asiamint is going to be pushing for tanks faster than PFC, so having anti-tank ready to deal with any Panther 4s is of course an incredibly strong idea there from PFC. Very necessary idea as well there. Captain setting up, BA on the way there. Worth noting, again, he has gone with infantry. He does take the action of the brown light machine guns, but so far we haven't seen any, possibly because we feel like he has to go for the meetings on other things, but even then at some point we should be seeing them, I hope. Center sees the variations. Finally stabilized the victory point bleed. We've got 496 to 243. Stuart continues to pummel away there with its 37mm gun. McKenna's being moved up. Truck moving northward. Seagan set up here to cover both the fuel point and the carve point there. Bit risky in some ways, but not too risky either. At least not for now, but of course that can always change. Captain dealing with the Fultons up north. Reasons holding up the centre against the Fulton is there. Stuart continues to punch away there, hoping to break through the building or its occupants, whatever collapses first. Looks to punch away there as well. We got 9 kills, 32 on it. Captain there almost got the munitions point, but he's decidedly exposed and about to get wiped out here. But certainly a bit costly for PFC to lose the captain now. But he avoids such a grisly fate, and the captain is saved. Got the Rav and they're routed. Looks like he's not doing anything further except just going for the anti-tank gun, maybe 2. Guessing PFC's next goal is going to be trying to maybe get the Major out. Still on the Browning light machine guns, just the BAR, which is the Browning automatic rifle. Looks something out there, 10 kills. Stuart, they're already a bit damaged. Need to pull that one pick back for repairs. There's all the chance a couple of Kholodny efforts could quickly end it. At which point, I think PFC would be in a bad place again. But for now, he sort of managed to gain some control of the situation, and that is quickly being denied him it once more. As Asiamint goes for every victory point more or less at the same time and makes a strong push in the centre. The PFC's forces are not ready for such a sustained German assault. Still light tank moving out. Rifleman, they're holding him against the fortress, jumps the looks. The Stuart joining in the front, anti-tank, and also finally able to sit up. Cap moving forwards once more for freedom, democracy, and back here healing enforcement can soon take out. As for Asiamint, truck is ready. He's already got it authorized as well. Falchiment's been upgraded with the extra set of FT42s as well on that one. Great there for Asiamint. Less great for PFC's infantry, which will be on the receiving end of those. Captain on the fire from the looks. We've got mines on here from Asiamint. Looks running about here as well. Engaging the rifleman. Anti-tank gun ready here for PFC. Looks out in the open. Good hit, good hit. The South got Stuart in again. Engaging the Falcons again. Are unable to resist the Stuart light tank. They are quickly pushed off the field. They are sent packing. With the full fury of the United States Army. Second anti-tank here for PFC. Again, the threat of armor is starting to loom increasingly large here on PFC's horizon, so having another M1 anti-tank gun is going to be a particularly prudent choice to have, in particular since the M1 anti-tank guns are quite solid at dealing with the medium tanks due to the much higher rate of fire. I mean, 2 M1 anti-tank guns can take out most medium tanks in just 2 volleys, and their 2 volleys go up much faster than their other anti-tank guns, so they are significantly dangerous there. Significantly. Second anti-tank almost done there for PFC. Captain rifleman up, and there you go. Second anti-tank gun ready. Asiamint, though, is not far off here, though, from a Panther 4. We also got sandbags to cover the centre victory point. Nice preparation at a time. We also got mines here. Good work from Asiamint, really preparing positions. Really good work. You can actually really see something like this in Kholodny Ferma, so 2 thumbs up at Asiamint. We got a rifle inside the church, been part of the looks of the Shield Pioneers, right here behind whatever remains of whatever wreck there was. And we got a mortar attack here from PFC. You'd feel being taken up, but I suppose the mortar attack would provide him with some artillery support now, which could actually give him an edge here versus Asiamint, in particular with the M1, which has access to white phosphorus, and later on the M56 delayed fuse high explosive barrel, which is actually quite nasty. So that's any choice here by PFC's. American mortar attack is starting to become slightly more common as of late, but they're still not, like, should say, typical meta. They are nonetheless making slightly ever-increasing numerous appearances. Folks, I meanwhile, do have Panther fast and do damage to the engine of the Stuart light tank. Anti-tank and exposed, need to get onto safety. Troop moving out there. Healing enforcement here. 50 caliber is carrying the southern victory point. The one he does control here. Asiamint with a lot of manpower, and he can go for the Panther 4 now. And there you go, Panzer come fighting field over for Asiamint, and the Panzer there, Panzer Vision. Sturm Pioneer holding that position under withering assault and artillery fire there from PFC. In the south there, 50 caliber there holding up against Fultz, but they got a Fultz squad moving up on the flank of it, even as the Falcon was going for the fuel point again. A lot of challenges here for PFC, but he's so far steadily handling them, though Asiamint is obviously looking to provide more than PFC can deal with if possible. Stuart lighting up, he backed up with the captain. Falcon makes being routed here by the Stuart. Close to veteran defeat and the Stuart to the ace level. Could I feel like taking a slightly long crack here in case the Falcons going to fight here with the Falcon Panther fast behind the hedge. But this was not the case in this situation. Pushing northwards as well, very good. Panther 4 right about down there for Asiamint and for Deutschland. Stripping indeed with the Falcon Grenadiers, engaging with some good old pluck. And there you go up north here. Looks team with the riflemen and tank and tries to fire through the hedge, but the hedge proves to be a formidable opponent there for the anti-tank and shots. There are many squirrels down there for that hedge resilience. There we go, finally shot one through. Up north there, Grabbing the northern victory point. He's grabbed some on back. We got 440 versus 170. PFC is still significantly behind Asiamint. He should also soon be taking up and going up for armor if possible. There we go. Major is finally happening there for PFC. But again, rather delayed again. That's only part again just been due to Asiamint's successful attacks and aggressive play. And there we've even got layered sandbags here in this layer, then this layer, and there's a final layer here right by the victory point. That is definitely not something you see that, but certainly indicates Asiamint preparing his defenses in depth for the center victory point. That is a rare sight, but definitely nice to see. 2 thumbs up there to Asiamint. 2 thumbs up. Got the 5th Company up the Foot Grenadiers. They are holding up nicely. In the north here, point being seized as well. We got the Steward rushing in to support a push there against the Krauts. In the south, we got the Foot coming up here. We got Captain just as he repositioned being assailed. And we're noting, by the way, still no light machines for PFC's troops. No Brownings, no bars. Definitely something I think you should consider looking into soon. I mean, you know, getting his rapid upgrade with Browning light machine guns will significantly upgrade the firepower versus Asiamint's Foot Grenadiers. So really would be a strong choice. But again, so far, doesn't seem to like holding interest there. Stewart finally getting the ace level. Turning into a more formidable light tank. Up north there, heavy engagement going on there. Foxmen routing the echelons. Halfway to victory 3. Here, the Volksgrenadiers are fighting and dying for the munitions point, but sadly, they are routed. Almost getting wiped, in fact, entirely. PFC, I feel like could do with a bit more focus on the mortar tank. I feel like could also be a bit more active in the proceedings. I mean, it's just, I think, a bit too far doing nothing at the moment, which is great for Asiamint, obviously, but it's not really giving PFC's infantry then the edge they need against Asiamint's troops, particularly when they're not being equipped with light machine guns either. Ooh, good hit from the M1 tank there in the Panther 4. Good chance of another penetrating. Oh no, didn't go through. Got artillery called in here. But where? Oh, it's up here north of the Kedden there for interesting movement, particularly sending in his Steward into it. But he does successfully force it away. Very accurate, very intense, but it does have a bit of a delay there, which really sort of says what undercuts this artillery barrage. And Titan about to clear out. Got the Panther moving in here. Bold attack there by Asiamint. Since his Panther down to half health, Rifle moving forwards. Are they entertaining here on the move from the south? Could we see the Panther going down? Oh, second entertaining. Oh, first one crude here. Hosting it down there with heavy fire. There you go. Cleared out. Looks like it's going to try and destroy it. But we got the other entertainment supported by the 5th Company here. Could be that Asiamint is perhaps getting a bit too overconfident. He's paying up the Panther 4. Even is engaging. There you go. Anti-tank on the flank. Gets the first one. But loses the Panther 4. That's definitely not going to be a great trade for Asiamint. If anything, the opposite of that. There you go. Panther 4's main gun is out. And there you go. Using the arm-piercing rounds. And he gets it at the max range. Good work there by PFC. A stinging blow there to Asiamint, who now has just the looks again. But now PFC could actually push out with a tank ahead of Asiamint. Filtering from the northern point here. Holding up the sin against the niche. In the south, we got the Fulton moving out. Grabbing the... I hope defending him with the Steward light tank there. Mortar fire raining down there from the mortar half tech. Finally getting some action again. Good work there by PFC, but again, could have had that going a bit sooner. Steward flanking in here. The folks in the finding their position being increasingly untenable. And go down just 3 men. Their health total is very, very low. And there you go, almost getting wiped there. Incredibly close one there. Very lucky for Asiamint. Could salvage the Panther 4 for fuel, and there you go. That's exactly what he does. We'd have him get out a second Panther 4 a bit faster, which would definitely not be a bad pick to Asiamint at the moment. He could, of course, try and set up for a Panther as well. Not entirely sure I'm a big fan of that one, but he could. And there you go. Great hit from the mortar half tech. Several caches are piling up now for Asiamint there, as his layered sandbag positions are becoming exposed and destroyed here. Rather unfortunate for Asiamint, great for PFC. Of course, this makes that assault on the center much easier. And the Germans don't have any good positions to dig in behind. And there you go. We get the delayed fuse high explosive barrage here. Lovely, unless you're the ones on the receiving end. They do again have a bit of timer there, but they do a lot more damage to compensate. And they also, for some reason, stick to tanks like Sticky Bomb. Like, if a tank gets hit by it, it sticks, but it doesn't actually do a lot of damage. So it's effectively meaningless, but it is something worth noting there. Note that mortar bombs like this were actually used for all the armors. In fact, the Germans also had like delayed fuse high explosive barrages, or high explosive mortar bombs. Anyways, so taking northwards here. Panther almost done there for Asiamint. The Germans, in fact, also had a bouncing mortar bomb As a little fun fact, allowing to create airburst shells out of the mortars, where they had a little smoke pellet at the sort of tip of it, so it like hit down, then bounce up again, and then explode. Sadly, Brave decided not to implement that one. Sturm Pioneers to the half-8 of Veteran 5, about to get murdered though. Close one there from the mortar half-track. 3 kills Veteran T1. Regular mortar barrage here from PFC. Foxman way up behind the sandbags. Oh, Jürgen takes a direct hit. We got sandbags up from PFC as well there. More sandbags being lighted around the center victory point. Blenkab off here to defend against that, but there's still the mortar half-track, which could be a problem here. Of course, got troops finally being equipped with the brown light machines, by the way. Finally, got one squad equipped with it so far, but it's better than none. It's better than none. We also got the Sherman out here, by the way, from PFC. Also got the Panzerhort, though, for Asiamint, so back to each having a medium tank. Well, now they're having each a medium tank, obviously, PFC didn't have before. Panzerhort moving in the south right position, they're being overwhelmed. And there you go, direct hit on the rifle squad. Or was it the captain? I think it's actually the captain there. Yep, dead with a single hit there. Quite a blow to PFC, and a hell of a lucky shot there from Asiamint's Panzerhort. I mean, just one shot, 5 kills is great for him, but really leaves PFC, I'm imagining, they're a bit sad about the entire thing. Making another push northwards here. We've got troops running up behind the terrain. There you go, ambushing the Stuart light tank. Great work there by Asiamint, punishing PFC's Stuart push. That was done a bit recklessly. And there you go, going for the car point, only to find where the Sharp Punch quarters is, and finding out the hard way. There you go, pushing back in the north though. Asiamint's line there suddenly looking a bit more exposed. There we go, almost getting another wipe here on Asiamint, and he finally gets one. In fact, he's already got another unit wipe there, so that's pretty good there for PFC in this as well. More tough tech, 5 kills, very good there. Great for PFC. We got Finn 83, which is 146. Up north here, looks versus the 50 cal. Sherman in to deal with that one. Again, we're still hiding out in the shrubbery. Expecting that the Sherman's going to turn around there. Good play by Asiamint. Really good read there. Thumbs up, but he may not be able to save the Lux. And there you go, the Lux explodes. There's another 75mm high close shell punches right through. Panzerhort again, we're going for the Sherman, almost gets it. And he does take it out there. Significant hurt there to PFC, who definitely did not gain a hit on that one. There you go, the anti-tank has been cleared out there. That's a double whammy in PFC, and Asiamint begins salvaging it right away. Deciding he does not want anything to do with that American Scheiße. I was getting the light tank here, but that is a hell of a double punch. Then even loses the Stuart light tank. The situation's gotten really ugly, really fast there for PFC. He lost the Sherman, he lost the Stuart, he lost the anti-tank gun. And 2 of these can be salvaged for fuel, and one of them already has been. So this is turning pretty ugly there for PFC. And again, good work by Asiamint salvaging. Not all Orbital Commandos players are great to remembering it. They have this ability, and again, which is quite solid. So good work there by Asiamint. Thumbs up to him. Another Sherman away there for PFC. He still has the mortar half-deck, so that one's going to have to do some heavier lifting for now. Sherman halfway done. Grab the northern point here. Season of Sun. Once one more half-deck going down dead, or at least attempting to. Quickly getting out of the position. That one's actually pretty close to landing a hit there. Pretty close, but not quite. Got the MD-34 here set up. And go Panfilming Lieutenant to get out of the church before that one collapses on them. Meanwhile, the Northern Assault continues here for Asiamint, outmaneuvering PFC there. Great work, great work. Good maneuvering there by Asiamint. Lieutenant getting off a hit, then the Panzerhort. Oh dear, oh dear. That could be a mistake here. Looks like he's quick to get out of there again and then retreat. Sherman, though, is ready for PFC. Browns caught, they're about to get wiped, but the Volksmakers retreat. Veteran free. Absolute beasts here, and there he goes. Sherman arrives on the scene, pushing back the Volksmakers. But still losing another unit there is not really what PFC needs to do. He needs to kill Asiamint stuff, not lose his own. Meanwhile, Asiamint here following up with a Jagdpanzer. A Panzerjäger. To help deal with the Sherman. Got the point here. We got plenty of march and sauce weather from PFC. Very good. Sandbags being prepared ahead of time for future engagement. About the center victory point. I kept him on the center victory point. We got the Sherman moving up and taking hits from the turn. Jagdpanzer's roughly getting halfway ready, and I believe, yep, we got a fresh end of tank out there. He's lost, well, all the other ones he had to the Krauts. More tough again. I feel like could be a bit close to the front line here. Obviously, I imagine he wants to be preparing it from any sort of raids from the enemy, but at the same time, it's just sitting back and doing nothing. It's, well, doing nothing, at which point he might as well not have gone for it. There you go, moving up there, and there you go. Delayed fuse, high explosive barrages again. Barrage again. Right on the MG-34, and cover shattered, half the machine crew's gone as well. A bit closer to the delayed fuse barrage. The delayed fuse high explosive mortar round. Another shot went off. Ooh, close one there, but the Sturm was able to get away from it. Mine goes to get set off though. And we got Orbital in here for Asiamint, calling in some more elite infantry, but not more Fudgy Makers. Oh, the almost with the Fudgy Makers in the high explosive bomb there, and he did take some damage. They couldn't quite avoid all of it. And we got the half to their half fleet to Vet-73, Sherman for the south here. Got a clash with some troops in the south. There you go. Good shot. High explosive shells ready. So he's not actually ready for the Panther to go for the Sherman here. He is not ready at all. Panther moving in. Blitzing in the arc. Panther moving up as well here. A full-on push here against PFC Sherman. There you go. Hits a mine. Hits a mine. And the Sherman somehow survives all of this. Good lord. There's Lieutenant moving up the side. The Yak Panther moves forward into the other mine. Both of Asiamint's tanks, or tank and tank destroyer, obviously, have hit mines, and they're actually in a really bad place now. There's actually a chance that PFC could destroy both of them. Yak Panther's almost down. Good lord. Sherman can't support the words we really like to lose, and they've really undercut him. Lieutenant Ford's here. Yak Panther desperately trying to get Prop should focus on that one, so that's the least health. We got smoke bombs call in here. Asiamint is doing everything he can to fervently somehow salvage these two units after just blundering straight into the minefield. Anti-tank and trying to hit the Panther 4 here. Almost got the Yak Panther. Another hit on the Panther 4 here. Both are barely operable, but there you go. Elite infantry being fought, Ace Sturm Pioneers and the Orbital Darden, forcing him to give up the hunt for the two armored units, saving them. Even almost looks like good for caution movement. But anyway, nice save of Asiamint after a bit of blundering. Meanwhile, 50 caliber here routing the troops. That is some really intense stuff there. Heading north, let's see with the 50 cal and the echelons. Back here, nothing on there for PFC. Sherman could do with some serious repairs, obviously. More traffic flying by delayed barrages there. Right on the MU-34. Almost wiping out, in fact, close to Vet-73 up north there. Fighting ensues there between the 50 cal and the echelons. Can he stop the full grenadiers here? Yes, he can. But they do get off a Bunhunt Grenade, but they are suppressed, and we got Ace reactions bringing up their Merlin carbines, opening up point blank range here at the Fulton Grenadiers, threatening to kill them if they do not retreat. In fact, Jürgen just drops dead. And Ludwig. Now it's only Heinz and Fritz. In the south, the Ravenous, the Fulton Grenadiers. Asiamint here could go for another Sherman, could go for Jackson Tank Destroyer. You could theoretically also go for Scott, but I don't think that'd be a great idea here. We got 341 versus 138. PFC is steadily bleeding out Asiamint. Good work there. As for Asiamint, he of course has a large amount of repairs needed. Panther that's done. He's got repair pioneers, probably that's great as well. And we get a Jackson Tank there for PFC for the first Armored Division in Democracy. Troops advancing on the center, secure that one. Not a lot of troop defending from PFC. That's going to be an easy one. Northern point they're now grabbed by the Americans as well. You might want to consider laying down a fighting position here instead of leaving an entire infantry squad to deal with that. I think that would give them some more freedom with his troops, allow him to assemble more forces offensively, and that way push hard against Asiamint. Up north, the reactions there routed by the Panther 4. 17 kills close to Vet-73. Jackson Tank saw halfway down there for PFC. More mines here from Asiamint, or PFC I mean. Thumbs up there. Notice that I'd not be surprised if Asiamint causes lying down mounts as well, but so far we're not seeing them. At least at this stage. Troops routed here. As Asiamint obviously has no intent of allowing his opponent to get down any mines. Jackson right about done there for PFC, right about done. Got it on the Panther 4 there from a nearby anti-tank gun. Jackson almost ready. We got 293 versus 138. PFC is closing the distance, and he's closing the distance fast. Very good, they're very good. Jackson out, troops reinforcing healing. Sherman sending out there for PFC. Stukas almost done. Oh, not almost done, it's on the way. That's not quite almost done, that is on the way. There's still some time before that's done. Lining up here on the center, perhaps expecting the next big push here from Asiamint. Shirt's being destroyed here. Asiamint's had enough of that one. Bit of quiet here. Man's being laid down. He's up expecting Asiamint to make another big push here, so he's preparing for any sort of flanking attempts as well. Thumbs up there to PFC. Troops moving ahead. Armor moving to back up as well there. Will PFC be ready for this German assault? German taking a last hit from the Sherman. Anti-tank and shoots bouncers. Might want to pop the armor-piercing, discarding saber rounds here and maybe use to take aim. Smoke bombs on though. Right in the midst here, PFC's main line of defense by the center. Great work there. Troops cannot keep advancing. We see troops up north. They're taking heavy casualties still. This has disrupted here PFC's main line. Allowing to grab the center victory point with a limited fight here from PFC. Great work. Sherman being pushed back as well there. Focusing on these orbs. I'm trying to pass through the smoke. They're outmaneuvering the machine gun. Lieutenant races in here from the south to try and restore order to the situation here. Flanking up behind the armor. There's still the MG-34, making such an endeavor difficult. We got the mortar attack landing down hits, but those aren't quite landing where they watch them too. Panther 4 advances. Veterans E3 gain there. Yak Panzer 2 killed. Veterans E1. Jackson heavily damaged. Sherman somewhat damaged. Great push there by Asiamint. Panther more for Asiamint. The mighty Panzerkampfwagen 5. Rather they're going for the Obsoldan. MG-50 cal dealing with the Obsoldan in the south as well, suppressing them, leaving them quietly, poorly prepared. Yak Panzer for the mortar half-track. Great hit there. Half-track barely operable now. Needs to be repaired first. Of course, with the crew, can need to fix that. And there you go. Another anti-tank for PFC. Panther halfway down their Asiamint. We got 274 versus 126. That smoke drop there really did a lot here for Asiamint. Without it, I think his assault would have rather spectacularly petered out, at least not done nearly as well. But with the smoke bombs again, he was able to make a very successful push there. So two thumbs up, in fact, to Asiamint. Remember, smoke really helps you when you're attacking. Heavy mortar bombs again. He's risking all here with the mortar half-track. Panther 4, they're being fixed up. Sturm Palisades, though, they're being forced off the field. It's more and more troops enclosed on their position. And we got the Sherman flanking from the north, not fully repaired, but he doesn't care. Yak Panzer still hits from the Kedna and the Yak Panzer. The Kedna getting to free up north. Sherman, they're halted by the Panther 4. Panther is ready here for Asiamint. And the Panzer Panzerjung, rather than being slaughtered by the Sturm Panis. 17 kills. Rearson going for the center victory point. In the south, troops have been suppressed. You got numerous 50 copies here from PFC coming up the center of Kedna. Gets another hit on the Jackson. It's almost down. Sherman also in trouble. Panther 4 up north here, about to get knocked up by the Sherman. And looks like here, Asiamint sends an opportunity charge for the Panther right into an armor-piercing round from the anti-tank. And Yak Panther falling up here as well. Bold, very bold. Damage engine the Panther. Sherman takes several hits at knocking out its main gun. Yak Panther's almost down. Panther is down to less than half health with the damage engine. Now the Jackson actually just safely fire at it and knock out the Panther. Asiamint, I feel like, might have extended here. In fact, he has extended. He is, I think, about to lose the Panther here. Main gunner as well, and with that, there's no way you can salvage that Panther now as well, because now he can easily just pursue it with the Jackson without risking losing it. So I feel like Asiamint here might have felt like he had a chance to deliver a killing blow to PFC, but in the end, he extended, didn't quite plan it up fully, and instead PFC was actually to deliver a counter punch that had actually left Asiamint a bit winded. And needs to recuperate, I think, reorganize before another push here. So PFC now has a chance to maybe reorganize again and actually get control of the situation, perhaps, though he's still obviously in a tight position. But again, that Panther dive there was perhaps a bit of a godsend for PFC, though he still needs to be able to exploit it. And so far, of course, most of his forces are busy repairing and reinforcing all of that stuff. But if he can move fast enough, there might still be hope. Fixing up the Jacksons. Sherman being repaired up, I imagine, somewhere as well. Yep, all the way back there. He's clearly worried about another attempted dive there from Asiamint. He's still, of course, there's other armoured elements which could do that. 274 versus 86. Going to be close between Asiamint and PFC. Possibly at least. Depends, of course, how things go. At least for PFC, things are already pretty tight, but Asiamint still has some leeway here. He still has some leeway, depending on how this goes. Troops advancing close in the centre and the south. You've got the Jackson, the Sherman advancing within support. Going to try and grab that victory point here from the Germans, no matter the cost. Centre one being seized as well. Then north one also being assaulted here. Asiamint's forces are primarily back. Then there you go, engaged on the centre. Panther holding up the American advance, but PFC so far, at least, is not showing any concern. Air support called in there, going the south of Volkswagen for the Sherman and the Ralph Squad. Smoke bombs called in here to minimize the impact of the Sherman. Good work there by Asiamint. Good work. But there's only, I think, so long he can make that work anyways. So he needs to get more troops down. If not, he's only maybe... I mean, he's then obviously bought himself in seconds with how the fact that PFC has no victory points on his control at the moment. He can still prove help from the south there. He doesn't have... Oh, not retreating, but still contesting. Anti-tank and cleared out there. That's actually a bit of a blow there to Asiamint. Not a critical one at this stage, but still notable and uncomfortable. Of North victory point being seized, we got 274 versus 57. Machine gun being annihilated here. Asiamint needs to retreat that now before it's too late. In fact, it probably is now. Mortar after there, 13 kills there. Gun the machine crew is dead. Sherman them as the Yak Panzer. Jackson gets a grade off. The Fudge makers being routed as well. They're almost all victory points now under control of PFC again. We turn back the bleed here to Asiamint. We got more smoke bombs called in here by Asiamint. In this case, I think in part just to figure out where a PFC is and isn't. You got 269 versus 56. Heavy firing for the center victor on the orbs moving forwards. 8 kills in close 13-2. Panther 4 is once more fit for fight. I'm guessing another Panther 4 might be the best move here for PFC. You could also go for another Yak Panzer, but double Panther 4s I think could just help deal with most of the infantry support weapons. That's what PFC needs. Possibly another Sherman or another Jackson here. Cluster bombs down. Cluster bombs with, delayed fuse bombs. And the, machine got destroyed up north. Fighting position is heavily fine with PFC. Could have lose that sooner, but either way, nice attempt. But in this case, so immediately discovered and destroyed there by Asiamint. Either way, nice attempt. Bit of quiet there, and there we go. Another Panzer 4 here for Asiamint and the German army, die Deutsche Army. In the center, folks moving up here. Heavy fire there from PFC's run raining down the Yak Panzer line. Can't fire that is needed. Smoke bombs again. Really consistent smoke bomb by from Asiamint at this point in the fight. Like 2 thumbs up. Like he's using it to consistently disrupt PFC's defenses, making it much harder for PFC to rain all his firepower here on Asiamint. Again, he's really just showing just how effective good use of smoke can be, because again, like the 5th cover can't do anything. The Jackson is handing back, and not really much harder. Tank has to move through to just, shoot to get lucky. So it's really just making it much harder for Asiamint, or PFC, to successfully defend the center victory point. So really great work there by Asiamint. Really great work. Second Panther almost done. We got 246 versus 52. Still an additional army from PFC. Seems like he's playing resources. Not great then, not great. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Mortar attack dangerously damaged. We got 246 versus 47. Things are starting to get precarious here for PFC. There's still 200 victory point difference between the two. Troops reinforcing healing, like Kevin was setting out. Panther 4 there. Very, very, very close to the ace level. More delayed fuse high closer bombs. Panther 4 moving in. Falcon sitting out there for Asiamint. Nothing to defend the south. Got the Shem being rushed in, plus an tank and mortar there being fixed up as well. 240 versus 47. Another move towards the North Victor Bond, laying down some mines first. He's still clearly worried about a northern flank here. Panther 4 versus Jackson. Bazooka fire as well there, causing significant harm there to the Panther 4. In the south here, finally control the Shem. Panther 4. 5th cal there. 5th cal's been cleared out. And there you go. Yak Panzer joining as well here. That's going to make the situation in the south here, I think, for now at least, next to impossible for PFC unless he pulls off some really brilliant maneuvers. Another Jackson there for PFC, but he could have that out much, much sooner. Smoke bombs again on the center again. Again, very consistent use of them there by Asiamint. So again, thumbs up. Fighting in the south, intense fight between PFC and Asiamint. 40 versus 238. Sherman there, halfway to 80 feet. Jackson almost done. Orbison moving up. We got a Rackman as well with the Browning light machine guns. Orbison there closing the down. In the center, got the 5th cal, the mortar half-tech support. We got the Panzer moving forwards. Ace Panther 4 shoots and misses it. But Kednev missed the mortar half-tech as well there. Panther 4, though the second shot does not miss, but it's been pushed back here by the Jackson tank. So the second one almost down there for PFC. 25 points, he versus the 238. 22, second Jackson finally ready in the south. The fighting continues here, not particularly favourably here. And there goes smoke screen again. I'm not entirely sure what I was supposed to do that time around. Sherman shoots, misses. Yak Panther going to attack from the north. Jackson moving down. It's not by his ace level. There you go. Ace Panther 4 down. Asiamint boys really strong infantry now. There might be a hope here for PFC to win. It's actually got the largest force right now. But most of the force actually back at the base and is not moving. So right now, Asiamint might just win this on victory points, even if he's lost most of his force here to PFC. Oh, yeah, we got 5 points left, 3 points left. He's rushing forward, he's trying. We got air troops being dropped in the victory point. The up north units being murdered here. And I think that's it. 2 points left, 1 point. GG. So close to the PFC in the end. Asiamint's aggressive tactics and disruptive plays there really proved to be crucial. Plus, again, his consistent use of smoke, whereas PFC really didn't use smoke, which I think will also benefit them a lot there. Again, I mean, really a lot there for Asiamint. So that was probably one thing that PFC could have benefited a lot from. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family. But don't tell enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Up till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.